This is the book of Psalms 83 and 1, and it reads, a song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Verse 4. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharallah may be no more in remembrance. Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee. Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes. Verse 7. Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory shall go to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Makah, Kodash, Barakatam. Double honor shall go to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who continue to teach and to rule well. Shalom to the Akims of Great Millstone and like-minded camps and individuals who continue to teach as one body, who continue to be out on the highways and byways, risking their lives for the greater good. And also shalom to the sincere Akwads, who continue to learn in silence as the Holy Scriptures have commanded for you to do so. This is Azariah Gabar, representing the King's Coming channel, back at it with another lesson for edification purposes. All right, so this very, very important and edifying lesson for today will be centering on knowing thine enemy. Know your enemy. All right, because a lot of you 2/3 Jakes don't have a clue as to who your true enemies are, and there are plenty of them. All right, so when we go back to 83 and 5, according to King Dawadah, it reads, for they have consulted together with one consent, and they are confederate against thee. So what does this word confederate means? Simply put, it means to align, to be in alliance against us. All right. And you got Edom on the top of that list. Number one, numero uno. But peep this. You also got Amalek on that list, right near the top as well. So, for those of you that don't know, Amalek is a grandson of Esau Edom. All right? Look it up. All right? So, like I mentioned, you better know who the hell your true enemies are, because he's coming down with great fierce and wrath in these last days. So, in the previous lesson, which was meddle not with them lesson, I gave Ezekiel 35 and 3, which reads, and say unto it, saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. Verse 4, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Verse 5, and here's a point, because thou hast had a perpetual or everlasting hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Yasharallah by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So, us true men of the Lord, it was commanded for us to speak out against Mount Seir, aka Esau Edom. This is what we're supposed to do. All right. So I always say this. Anyone that has a problem or an issue with what I'm saying, you take it up with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. So when we go to the book of Genesis 27:41, this was also in that previous video lesson, meddle not with them. It reads, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, on his mind, the days of mourning for thy father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. All right. So not only he wants to hate us, he also wants to kill us. Do you get it through your thick skulls? All right. But yet y'all still want to be huggy, huggy and lovey with these people. But they want to kill you besides hating you. All right. And one of his MOs of accomplishing this is him speaking as a dragon. All right. Because in the book of Revelation 13 and 11, and it reads, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So for the common 2/3, you probably scratching your damn heads like, yo, what this brother talking about? About coming out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Yo, well, check this out. Plainly put, this is Babylon the Great that this scripture is referring to. Babylon the Great having 2 horns like a lamb. So these 2 horns represent the political parties, which are the Democrats and the Republicans, in which you 2/3 Jakes still are hell-bent on supporting every single year. All right? And he spake as a dragon. So speaking as a dragon means passing draconian legislations that are mainly geared towards you 2/3. Well, mainly all of us. All right. But the 2/3 of you guys are going to really feel the brunt of it. That's what I meant to say. Okay. So, to further illustrate what I'm talking about who the enemy is and what he's doing, we go to the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and 70, and it reads, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. That's us, the 1/3. 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So isn't this what ICE is doing right now? This is exactly what ICE is doing, right? He's just, going into people's houses, places of worship, employment, wherever. And they're just snatching up you Jakes mainly and deporting you guys with quick speed. But here's the good news. Verse 73 says, then they shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as a gold in the fire. All right. So this being tried as a gold in the fire, this is a precept or connection to the book of Isaiah 13 and 12, I believe, saying that we're going to be tried as gold in the fire. All right. But here's the good news. Verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. All right. Simply put, we have to exercise tremendous faith to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, because he's going to come back to redeem us and buy us back from our oppressors. I've said this several times before. All right. So further proof of what I'm saying is when we go to Isaiah 59 and 17, it reads, for he put on righteousness as a breastplate and an helmet of salvation upon his head, and he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing and was clad with zeal as a cloak. 18. According to their deeds, accordingly, he will repay fury to his adversaries. Like I mentioned, recompense to his enemies. To the islands, he will repay recompense. And here's the point. 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come down like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. So what does this standard mean or represent? It represents the protection, the covering, the defense against our enemies. And enemies shall come like a flood. Well, that means the UN troops, those foreigner troops, that's going to be set to come into Babylon very soon. And they're about to flood mainly these urban or ghettos, cities, coming after you jakes, all right? So I mentioned previously in the scripture about speaking as a dragon in the book of Revelation. So a great example of that is what Trump is about to do. He's about to sign legislation very soon that's going to make any and all murders in Washington, D.C. a federal capital offense, which will be the death penalty phase, okay? So this is just another tool that Esau is going to use against us Israelites to persecute us. So all he has to do is just to frame us of committing a murder. And we may not have done it. But he's going to have his tools, Salakia, and his legislation on his side. And of course, what's going to happen? You're going to be arrested. You're going to be charged with capital murder. You're going to be more than likely held without bail until your trial date starts. And you're going to face your jury, your peers, and more often than not, or more likely than not, you're going to be found guilty and be convicted of a crime that you may not have committed, and you're going to be put to death. All right? So let that marinate into your minds for a moment, which leads to Revelation 12 and 12. And this is lately, a lot of the other brothers are bringing out this scripture. So I'm going to be amongst the other brothers as well and join the bandwagon. It reads, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe, destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, aka Esau, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Man, I mean, these scriptures are true fire. Okay? But unfortunately, Esau and Amalek aren't the only enemies that we have to look over our shoulder for. Because the book of Micah 7 and 10, it reads, that she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy Yahweh? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. All right, so simply put, you over the top Aquats who swear y'all that you know what, y'all gonna be knocked on your asses very soon and be humbled big time. But before that happens, you are becoming enemies of us Achiums, okay? And I'm living proof. I can testify to this, all right? A former spouse becoming an enemy to me, you heard? So this shall be the conclusion of this beautiful lesson for today. Lord willing, it was edified to someone who gets to view it. And until the next lesson, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.